Hey everybody. Now, welcome to the vocabulary lesson. This is the 95 vocabulary lesson. Vocabulary lesson 95. And now we're going to be talking about desperate, and anxious. So we're going to be talking about desperate. So desperate means feeling, showing, or involving a hopeless sense that a situation is so bad as to be impossible to deal with. A desperate sadness enveloped Ruth of an act or attempt, tried in despair or when everything else has failed. Having little hope of success, drugs used in a desperate attempt to save his life of a situation extremely bad, serious, or dangerous. There is a desperate shortage of teachers. Similar, despairing, hopeless, having lost hope. A desperate spirit crying for relief, giving no ground for hope. The outlook was desperate, moved by despair or utter loss of hope. Victims made desperate by abuse, suffering extreme need or anxiety. Desperate for money, desperate to escape. Celebrities desperate for attention. Involving or employing extreme measures in an attempt to escape defeat or frustration. Made a desperate leap for the rope. Desperate means having a feeling, showing, or involving a hopeless sense that a situation is so bad as to be impossible to deal with. I was in a desperate situation. Desperate, feeling, showing, or involving a hopeless sense that a situation is so bad as to be impossible to deal with. The collapse of her business made her desperate. Desperate, reckless, or dangerous because of despair, hopelessness, or urgency. The collapse of her business had made her desperate as the supply of food ran out. People became desperate. We could hear their desperate cries for help. A desperate struggle to defeat the enemy. He made a desperate bid to save his job. They made one last desperate attempt to fight their way out. I am desperate to be in a relationship. The girl says, I know you are, but we can't rush. We have to know each other first. I can't just jump into the relationship. She may be desperate for a job, but anxious before she gets it. Desperate means wanting things more and begging, asking and asking. The lady was desperate for candy. Desperate means to be sad and worried with a little or no hope. The people who were trapped were desperate to get out, meaning the people were trapped in a burning out, that they were desperate to get out. Desperate means wanting something badly. My dog was desperate for water. Examples of desperate. Number 1, I am desperate for money. Number 2, I am desperate to be getting a job. Number 3, I am desperate to be in a relationship. Number 4, I am desperate to get married. Number 5, I am desperate to move out. Number 6, I am desperate to go outside. Number 7, I am desperate to go to the movies. Number 8, I am desperate to go to New York. Number 9, I am desperate to go out. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Number 7, I am desperate to go to the movies. Number 8, I am desperate to go to New York. Number 9, I am desperate to go out. Number 10, I am desperate to go on a cruise ship. Okay, I got it right there. So just making sure that if I didn't make any mistakes. So there we go. Being filled with or in a state of despair, hopeless, without regard to danger or safety, reckless, furious, beyond hope, causing despair, extremely perilous, irretrievable, desperate, in dire need of something I hadn't eaten in 2 days, and was desperate for food. A desperate disease, extreme in a bad sense, outrageous, extremely intense. Desperate, out of control, ready to do anything for change the situation, needs something very much. Similar words. Hopeless, reckless, fierce. So this word anxious. Anxious is experiencing worry, unease, or nervousness, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. She was extremely anxious about her exams. Similar, worry, concern, wanting something very much, typically with the feeling of unease. The company was anxious to avoid any trouble. Examples of anxious. Number 1, I am anxious to get married. Number 2, I am anxious to have a job. Number 3, I am anxious to get more money. Number 4, I am anxious to move out. Number 5, I am anxious to be in a relationship. Number 6, I am anxious to make a plan for the wedding. Number 7, I am anxious to get that person's phone. Number 8, I am anxious to learn how to drive. Number 9, I am anxious to start my goals. Number 10, I am anxious to go outside. Number 11, I am anxious to start a movie. Number 12, I am anxious to cook dinner. Number 3, I am anxious for this. Number 14, I am anxious enough to open up the Christmas presents. Number 15, I am anxious to start the camera. Number 16, I am anxious to go to the movies with my girlfriend. Number 17, I am anxious to go to the beach. Number 18, I am anxious to go. Number 19, I am anxious to see you. Number 20, I am anxious to meet this new person. Number 21, I am anxious to know. Anxious means experiencing worry, unease, or nervousness, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. I was feeling anxious about the test. Anxious, experiencing worry. People are anxious about the future. I am so anxious to move out of the house. I am so anxious to live with my girlfriend. I am so anxious to get married. Anxious means shaky or nervous. 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 One last time. Anxious means shaky or nervous. The police officer was anxious because they couldn't find the serial killer. Anxious means to be very worried or nervous. The student was anxious about finishing their exam. Anxious means strong feeling with nervousness, presenting in class makes me anxious. The movie Shrek 2001. Shrek. Lord Farquaad says, I asked your hand in married. Will you be the perfect bride for the perfect groom? Princess Fiona says, Lord Farquaad, I accept nothing would make. Lord Farquaad says, excellent! I'll start the plans for tomorrow we did. Excellent! I'll start the plans for tomorrow we wed. Princess Fiona says, no! Why wait? Let's get married today before sunset. Lord Farquaad says, ooh, anxious are we? You're right. The sooner, the better. There's so much to do. Anxious means full of anxiety or disquietude. Anxious means full of anxiety or disquietude. Disquietude, I don't know. Okay, whatever, but greatly concerned or solicitous, especially respecting something future or unknown. Being in painful suspense applied to persons as anxious for the issue of a battle, accompanied with or causing anxiety, worrying applied to things as anxious, labor, earnestly, desirous, as anxious to please. Alright, folks, that's it. The lesson is over. Hope you guys enjoy the lesson.